Hey guys, welcome to today's FindTheBestCarPrice.com video. Today we're going to take a look at the 2021 Toyota Camry TRD. This model has a base price of $32,260 before adding options. Let's take a look at exactly what this model has.
The exterior color on this model is called Iced Edge. And you'll notice that there are some of the similarities here, some of the same features really, that you can get with the XSE trim level. But of course there are some changes and some definite upgrades that will make this model a lot more fun to drive, especially when it comes to driving spiritedly. It starts right here. Of course you're going to have those 19-inch matte finish alloy TRD wheels. And right here on the front, the 12.9 inch, that's right, bigger than a lot of pizzas that we would order for dinner. 12.9 inch brake rotors and the red painted brake calipers. Of course, you're going to see a lot of red accent all over the exterior of this model. And like I said, here's something you're going to find on the XSE trim level. That's going to be the black roof right here. But it is a great accent to the exterior color. Now, one thing that I have seen in my years of being a gearhead, sometimes when a car maker comes up with kind of a high performance trim level such as this, they may overdo the rear spoiler a little bit. Not so much here with Toyota. I think they pulled off the perfect size for the Camry, at least in my opinion. And I like the fact that it's not just all one consistent size or one consistent shape. Noticing how as you work your way across, it dips down right here in the middle. Just, I don't know, just gives it a more racy look. And of course you have the rear diffuser. Again, not too much. It could be overdone, but I don't think Toyota did that there either. And you have the TRD catback exhaust. I'll give you an exhaust clip later on in the video. But I know that one of the questions that is likely to come up, in fact, another question that will come up before I talk about what I was going to say. This is so funny. If I don't say it, someone will ask in the comments section, are there turn signal indicators built into the side view mirrors? And it's kind of bright out here. The sun's kind of peeking out from behind the clouds, but you can still see right there that the answer is yes. But the ultimate question is, what's under this hood? Is there any increase in horsepower? Okay, here's the answer to the question. Under the hood, the 3.5 liter V6. Now, 301 horsepower, 267 pound-feet of torque, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And you have a couple of options for shifting that manually if you want to via paddle shifters, or you can use the shifter on the center console as well. Gas mileage coming in 22 miles per gallon city, 31 highway, a combined total of 25. And Toyota says you can go through 4 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. But the obvious question, it doesn't make more horsepower, right? But the handling is going to be different than other trim levels of the Camry. Here's why. You've got the TRD tuned suspension and thicker underbody bracing. That means better handling, or at least that's what I'm going to say, I assume at this point. We'll find out when we get out on the road for our test drive. Wondering about cargo space, of course, here's how easy it is to open the trunk. You're just going to hold the button down on the remote. It's just going to automatically open up. And you have your cargo net here. I'll give you a little bit of look into the 15.1 cubic feet of storage space, cargo capacity here in the trunk. And there is some more of that red accent outlining the carpet here in the rear, even the Camry TRD logo right there. The cargo net, and because it is so hard to do this one-handed, I'm not going to lift the floor, but I will tell you what you'll find under there is the tools to change a tire and a spare tire, something that I think everybody is going to be very happy with. And finally, a look into the interior, the black interior with the red accent. You can already see some of that with the seatbelt right there, but I'll just give you a quick look around here. A very nice, sporty, I will go as far as to say racy look. Toyota has definitely done a great job here, not only with the seats, but you can also see, just like that carpet on the floor, of the cargo area in the trunk, you're going to find the same red accent around the floor mats here in the back seat area. And we'll give the front seat equal time as well, and just give you a quick look here at the door panel, the door bin. And I don't know how easy it is to see. If it were me, and I don't think this is gonna be a deal breaker for anybody, but honestly, since it says Camry here on the door sill, I would think that it should say TRD. Just my personal opinion, but I don't think that's gonna be a deal breaker for anybody who might buy one of these TRD Camrys. And just a quick look there at the dashboard and the look of everything here, the air conditioning vents, kind of a carbon fiber look here with the paneling right there. And just to give you a quick look into the console, and of course, again, let's take a quick look at the design of the seats. A very sporty, racy look. I really like what Toyota has done in that respect, and there is the TRD logo on the headrest. And of course, the true business end of the Camry, the driver's seat. Just give you a quick look. Nothing out of the ordinary here as far as the driver's door goes or anything like that. Power seat, of course, and that same look, same layout as what we saw with the red accent, everything there. But one thing I really like is the design of those pedals. It just looks like they're racy style pedals, or should I say racing style pedals. That might draw some interesting comments, but definitely a racy look. Of course, you have a adjustable steering wheel, tilted telescopically via the lever right here. It's not power, it's manually adjustable, but again, not a deal breaker. Nice to know that you have that. And you can see the contrast stitching, gonna be red right here. Just so many nice little accents throughout the interior. And a quick look at the dashboard. You do have multiple driving modes, but the only time you'll see anything really change, right up there in the center, you're gonna notice it's gonna change from blue to red when you go into sport mode. And let's see, let me get down here, change our angle a little bit. Here are your different driving modes, as you can see, eco, normal, and sport. And so as far as just everything else here, you've got the typical steering wheel mounted controls, you've got the shifter paddles there on the steering wheel, and like I said, you can very easily use those shifter paddles, or if you want to drive manually with the shifter, you can do that as well. And of course, you're going to have the infotainment screen here, all the typical features and functionality there that you would expect, and give you a good view of the rear view camera. Got a couple of different options here. Let's see if we can hit that. There we go. Just to show you what is there. And you've got single zone climate control in this particular case. I don't think you really need more than that in this interior. And here, if you're wondering, where is my connectivity? Here you go right here. Kind of hidden away, but it is there as far as that goes. And then we did kind of look down here. There's your shifter, of course. For those of you who like the shifter, you can actually grab a hold of, not the push button shifter that you see in some vehicles. There you go, that's what you have. Power parking brake, brake hold mode. Got the cup holders kind of hidden away right there. Okay guys, just heard from the manager at the dealership, so I'm gonna have to head back. Thankfully, we've gotten through the video. The only bad news is that I'm not gonna get to do as much as I wanted to in the test drive. I wanted to do a 0 to 60, but who knows? We might be able to do that anyway, I'm not sure. But since there's a customer that wants to look at this Camry and they don't have a whole lot of them in stock, that's okay. But good news here, we can get out here and do a little acceleration test. Let's see. Not too bad, but of course, with no extra horsepower or torque, obviously, well, you're not gonna notice a big difference there. But one thing I do notice, now keep in mind, I'm a race car driver. I have experience at feeling a car in a way that a lot of people may not, but I'll tell you this, I can definitely tell the difference in how this Camry is planted to the ground. I don't know how well you can hear that. The only reason I paused and didn't say anything there was I was hoping you could hear the exhaust note. But when it comes to handling, the steering is really tight. In fact, if I was out in the middle of nowhere where there was nothing around and I wasn't in danger of being able to hit anything or anything like that, and somebody blindfolded me and put me in this car, based on just the way the steering feels, it's good and tight, I would not guess I was in a Camry. That's how good the steering is and how responsive it is in this model. So I'm very impressed actually. Probably a very short, kind of abbreviated test drive here, but we'll go down through here a little bit. The speed limit on the road we're about to be on is only 30 miles an hour, so I'm not gonna be able to go through these corners at a high rate of speed. Some areas you just don't wanna do that because there's a lot of places where people could pull out in here, but I think I can still give you an idea of what the handling characteristics are like going through these corners. I mean, it is so smooth driving through here. This road is not as smooth as it may look either, so that tells me a lot about, even though this has upgraded suspension, it really does a great job as far as soaking up the bumps, which is not unusual for a Camry. Now, I am going to slow down for this one right here because, I mean, my goodness, you might as well drive through a gully or something. I don't know, some kind of a giant ditch. That actually wasn't bad. I'm used to slowing down for that bump in my daily driver. But just cruising through there at a low rate of speed, I can still tell that the handling is superb. Definitely give Toyota a hand on doing a great job. Very, very good in handling. The ride quality is great, and with that upgraded TRD suspension, you would think that it would probably have a more stiff ride quality to it. Not so much. I definitely am impressed.
To learn more about the model in today's video, visit the link in the description for a detailed comparison between trims and pricing for the vehicle we featured or any other vehicle you are interested in. These pages feature information such as our recommended trim level based on price, value, and features. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. We look forward to seeing you next time.